Welcome back. This is Chapter 8 in State and Local Government. We're going to be talking about the executive branch of government. The executive branch of government in the state of Texas is different from what you experience in the United States government. It kind of looks the same, it kind of sounds the same, but there are some major differences. For example, in the United States government we have a president. In Texas government we have a governor. They have somewhat similar responsibilities. The U.S. president makes appointments to the heads of major U.S. government agencies, and the governor of the state of Texas does the same thing for state agencies, for Texas agencies. They both are commanders-in-chief. The President of the United States is Commander-in-Chief of the United States military. The Governor of Texas is Commander-in-Chief of the Texas National Guard. And that's not just the Army National Guard, but the Air Force National Guard. So there's some similarities there. In the United States, the President has a Vice President of the United States. In Texas, we have a Lieutenant Governor. Well, here the differences start. And the reason is that if the Vice President of the United States says something the President doesn't like, the President can pick up the phone and call the Vice President and say, I didn't like that. And you're going to change what it was that you said. You're going to basically recant that position, and you're going to say what I tell you to say. In Texas, it doesn't work that way. In Texas, if the governor doesn't like what the lieutenant governor says, the governor can pick up the phone and call the lieutenant governor and say to the lieutenant governor, I didn't like what you said. That's not my position. And I want you to recant that, and I want you to say what I want you to say. And the lieutenant governor in Texas gets to say, no. You know, I was elected by the voters of Texas. I was elected on my own. I am a statewide elected official, and you cannot tell me what to do. And I don't care what you say, and I don't care what your opinion is. I'm the lieutenant governor. The same holds true with several other elected officials. Let's give you another example. The Attorney General of the United States. That person is appointed by the President of the United States, approved by Congress, but appointed by the President of the United States. And the President of the United States can hire or fire the Attorney General. And the President of the United States can tell the Attorney General what to say within certain guidelines, because we have established laws in the United States that pertain to how the President interacts with the Attorney General. But basically you have an employer-employee relationship between the President and the Attorney General. In Texas, if the governor of Texas doesn't like what the Attorney General says or does, and picks up the phone and calls the Attorney General and says, I didn't like that, you're going to change your position and you're going to say something differently. As with the Lieutenant Governor, the Attorney General gets to say, yeah, I don't care what you think, I don't care what you say, I do not report to you. I report to the voters of the state of Texas. And as such, I run independently, and I'm going to do what I think is best for our state. As a result of that, for example, the Attorney Generals, plural, over the past 10 years in Texas have filed over 30 lawsuits against the United States of America, fighting for what we call states' rights. Attorney Generals get to file suit against the federal government based upon the idea that they think the federal government may be encroaching upon the rights of Texas as a governing entity and a sovereign nation under the Constitution of the United States, and may be encroaching on the rights of the citizens of Texas. So we call that a plural executive. A plural executive. That means that the voters of Texas elect most executive members of the executive branch of the Texas government independently of each other. They may be in the same party, maybe not, but they run independent of each other, and they get to make their own public policy decisions. Your assignment for this particular chapter is to list, per the textbook, every member of the executive branch of government in the state of Texas that is part of the plural executive. I hope you're having a great semester. I'll talk to you soon.